In this episode, we featured a Nigerian man who's the president and CEO of a construction company that is renovating Ofure International Airport. Also, can you believe that about 180,000 weapons went missing from police custody in Nigeria? In Kenya, potatoes is causing a huge drama with KFC not wanting to use the potatoes made by local farmers. In Zambia, we talked about the accidents that happened over the New Year weekend, and then we compared that to what is going on in Nigeria. You really don't want to miss that story. Don't forget, you can always click the timestamp below the description in order for you to fast forward to the story that you would like to watch. And like I always say, why will you fast forward any of this gorgeousness? Aha! And also, do not forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Call it the world, the camera. What's up, people? It's your girl Adeola. Today we're starting off with another inspirational story. Today's story is about a Nigerian man abroad making us very, very proud. Guys, please meet my very own brother. We are related, father-born, mother-born side of the estate area. You know, he's actually my uncle. Uncle Nosa and man who came to America when he was just 6 years old. His dad was driving a taxi. So he's popularly referred to by many articles as the son of a taxi driver, which is a great profession. But the reason we're talking about him today is because he has made us so proud. Nosa has done several renovation projects throughout Chicago, and he's even renovated the Ofure International Airport, guys, which is one of the top busiest airports in America. As in, we're talking about an airport that has had a $6 billion renovation over the last 15 years. They've spent $6 billion renovating this airport. As
a community, when we band together, we can really affect change. As an entrepreneur, running a business it's fun, it's exciting, it's challenging, but the impact that you have on people's lives and people in that community is phenomenal.
Yes, guys, yes! So let's rewind a little bit so you get to know more about my brother. Nosa worked as a carpenter throughout high school. He's been into this since he was in high school, and he will later go on to pursue a career in construction. So during that time, he became an all-American full scholarship student. He got full scholarship through track and field, and he even went on to join the Olympics B qualification team. That's impressive. But you know, his success and his perseverance did not stop after high school. He eventually was accepted for a job at Gilbane Building, which is a $26 billion revenue company. But then after 10 years of being with them, he left to join the BOA Group, which is a lesser known company, but he quickly found success with them. Today, he is the president and CEO of BOA Construction Company. This is a company that has executed $500 million worth of construction work. That's awesome. That's incredible. And he's a president and a CEO. Hey, BOA actually increased around 300% since 2013 when he joined the company. That's impressive. No wonder he's now their president. Now, since then, BOA has worked on several different projects throughout Chicago, which he was overseeing, including renovations for the University of Chicago Medical Center, the Ofure International Airport, like I told you guys, and the Ofure Police Station, just to name a few of the projects that he had supervised. I tell you guys, it's always inspiring for me to see Nigerians who are making a name for themselves, but also making us proud while making a difference where they live. Thank you so much, my brother. It's such a huge privilege to know about you. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir, for making us proud. We are we the village people, we are very proud of you. We know you left Nigeria when you were 6, but we the village people, we are very proud of you. I need to bring you jollof rice someday. Whenever I come to Chicago, I just come and knock in front of Bo. I'll come and knock in front of BOA Construction Company with a plate of jollof rice. I know nobody there knows who I am. But I will say that this is for your guy. Your guy is a Nigerian and he's making us proud. We have come to pay him back. This is a goat meat and a jollof rice. Just to appreciate the man. You know, of course, they will send the police to chase me. To chase me away. But at least I can say I tried. Anyway, thank you so much for making us proud. And thanks to all the Nigerians that are making us proud everywhere you are. You guys know I don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Still in Nigeria, by the way, you guys, please move closer. This is a very serious something. Did you hear that almost 180,000 weapons have gone missing from police custody between 2019 and 2020?
The new report states that 178,459 different types of arms and ammunition got missing from the police armory in 2019.
The devil is a liar. How can this be? It's one thing for people to acquire weapons, but we're talking about weapons missing from police custody. Hey, whoa, police custody. How, when, who, what? Who? You seriously mean to tell me that the Nigerian police failed to even mention this in reports and they just sat around and waited for an outside report to make it known? The devil is a liar. Jesus is Lord. That's a lot of weapons to just casually misplace.
While the report captures the situation in 2019, the Nigeria police reported several raids of their armory in 2020 during the aftermath of the EndSARS riots. Also in 2021, several attacks on police installations, especially in the southeast, were attributed to the activities of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB.
So, okay, why is the police saying that most of these weapons went missing during the EndSARS protest? I don't know, I have a problem with that because this just seems like a very convenient excuse to blame the protesters as if they were the ones that stole the weapon. Don't get me wrong, I know that the day after protesters were killed at Lekki Gate, people were upset throughout Lagos. Thugs invaded some police stations. They even went to the one in Orile, one in Ajegunle. They even set the police station in Orile on fire. So it's possible that they stole weapons. I'm not saying that it's not possible that those thugs stole weapons, but those were not the protesters. So I'm not sure why they said this happened around the EndSARS movement.
While the police headquarters is yet to formally respond to this new report, Nigerians and security analysts are calling for a detailed audit to know the current situation of the Nigeria police armory.
So almost 200,000 weapons have just vanished like that. Almost 200,000 weapons. Is this some sort of magic tree? Let me put this into context real quick. In 2015, Amnesty International said that the estimated number of Boko Haram members as of that time was to be about 15,000. But it should be assumed to be much higher than that. Let's say at least 35,000. I don't know. I don't have the data about Boko Haram. We're talking about active fighters. And look at the havoc that Boko Haram has caused in Nigeria. Now we're talking about 178,000 missing firearms. Do you know how much damage that would do? Why didn't the police pick up sooner than this? And what are they doing about this? This is a disaster waiting to happen. They need to do more, This is what we call fire on the mountain. You guys not doing anything. I just feel like we Nigerians, we need to know that this is happening. Anyway, you guys not doing much. Guess what? I'm just giving a roll. Moving on to Kenya, guys. My Kenyan people. Potato, potatoes. Which one is it? Isn't it all potatoes? It's all the same thing. So this story is one of those stories that makes me wonder what it is with foreign companies when they go to Africa that they don't want to take advantage of the talents and the trades of the local populace in Africa. Why do you have to go and do business in Africa and still be importing everything you do? It's not fair now. In Kenya, KFC, that is Kentucky Fried Chicken, a very popular food chain, originating from the US, now worldwide, made a post online on their Twitter page actually that their locations in Kenya have run out of potatoes to make their French fries, their fries or chips, depending on where you live, will determine what you call it. Okay, I have so many issues with that statement. So they put their statement on their Twitter page. First of all, they were importing potatoes to sell to people in Kenya. I don't get it. What happened to the potatoes that they are growing in Kenya? They are not good enough for the Kenyan people to eat your chicken. Do you know that they have been importing these potatoes from Egypt since 2011? 11 years this year. But it is Kenyan people that are paying money to eat the potatoes at the Kenyan KFC. Why? Meanwhile, there are so many potato farmers in Kenya with over 20 different varieties of potatoes being grown in Kenya. And as a matter of fact, a lot of the times, the farmers find themselves having to sell truckloads at a time at severely reduced prices just to get rid of them because they were rotten.
Meanwhile, a lot of Kenyan potato farmers have been complaining of their dead potato stock that most times they have to sell at a throwaway price to avoid loss. So the Kenyan farmers were asking KFC, why are you saying you've run out of stock when we have dead potato stock?
Now, to add salt upon injury, when people started tweeting boycott KFC, KFC responded in Kenya. They said the reason we cannot buy local at the moment is all suppliers need to go through the global QA approval process. And we cannot bypass that even if we run out. in order to ensure that our food is safe for consumption by our customers. Okay, so they put that on Twitter. Okay, so they do have a global standard, which is great. I have absolutely no problem with that. I think they should. But in 10 years, or let's say 11 years this year, that they've been operating in Kenya, they did not consider adding Kenyan farmers to their list so that they could train them on meeting their global standard. KFC, seriously? I don't understand. KFC has the ability and the income to teach them about how this protocol works if they actually wanted them to. Considering that some companies in Kenya, like Burger King and Chicken Inn in Kenya, went on to promote how they have been using local sauces for their French fries. So KFC also can do this if they actually want to. So after much pressure from the people, they said they are now considering it.
Food chain KFC says it will soon be sourcing its potatoes from Kenyan farmers, provided they meet global KFC quality and safety standards. The company made the announcement after coming under fire from Kenyans who are angered by its decision to stick to imported potatoes amid a shortage, despite the availability of the produce from local growers.
See, I'm so glad that it worked out like that. They are now considering local farmers in Kenya. It makes me so happy. It may take time because of their global standard requirements and everything, but I know that things won't remain the same, and I'm so happy to see that they're now considering local farmers in Kenya. Now, speaking of fights, guys, please move closer because this is a very interesting something. My Kenyan people, you guys have done it again. Why are your own lawmakers always fighting? Actually, it's not just Kenyans. But did you guys see this video of what happened at the Kenyan parliament towards the end of the year, on the 30th of December?
But in Kenya, a debate on a controversial bill governing political parties got heated and turned into a brawl.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry for laughing. But seriously, must we keep doing this? It has happened in so many countries, actually. Not just in Africa. In South Africa, Nigeria, Kenya, the African Union, and some other countries, even outside of Africa. See, it's something to talk about people fighting, but it's another thing to talk about grown men throwing punches. These are men with wives at home, with children. Some of them have kids in college. Imagine watching your daddy throwing punches on TV. Let us get sense now. What kind of example are you guys setting for the young people? You guys need to cool your tempers, okay? Democracy doesn't mean you have to be crazy. I know that, I know that it's crazy in democracy, but we want fair and equal disagreements, and we want debates, we encourage it. But there's a big difference between debate and beating up each other. Because of what? Like, seriously. Did you guys see the man that was injured? I'm pretty sure many of them were injured that day. Like this man.
Mr. Speaker, I've been attacked in this house by the master of violence in this house, Mr. Speaker.
Sorry, Daddy. In case you're watching, sorry, sir. You didn't need to show that, by the way. So, Kenyans, I really want to hear from you in the comment section. What do you think of the KFC controversy and also the fight at the Kenyan parliament? You guys not know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Moving on to Zambia, my people. Do you guys know that they had 117 reported accidents in the span of 3 days during the New Year weekend? What? That's a lot. Most of them were either just slight injuries, mild damage, while more than a few led to significant vehicle damage, and at least 10 of these accidents were fatal, leading to the deaths of at least 10 people. That's really sad. So this is actually a decrease from the last year's New Year celebration. The number that they had at that time was around 225 reported accidents over the same period, the New Year celebration period. I was thinking that this is crazy, 117 accidents, until I saw the number of that of Nigeria. Of course, Nigeria is way more populated. But guys, can you believe that 41,257 people have reportedly died on Nigerian roads just in the last 8 years? 41,000 people. And I'm pretty sure that it's way more than that because not all accidents are reported to the police in Nigeria. I mean, being realistic, how many of you in Nigeria call the police when there's an accident? Even when people die in accidents, people don't always call the police. Many people don't call the police, especially if it's not in the city. So I believe that it's way more than 42,000 people that have been killed on our roads. I think it's at least 50,000 people that have died on Nigerian roads in the last 8 years. And that's been economical with the number. You know, some people will argue with me that it has to be way more than 50,000. Although, like I said earlier, we don't always report the right data in Nigeria. But you know, the reason that I'm talking about this story is because contrary to what a lot of people like to say that it is the witches and the wizards, no offense, I believe that the condition of many of our roads have a lot to do with why 42,000 official record of people who die on our roads. Especially when it's Christmas time, December time, people will start saying that the witches and wizards are out to drink blood during this time of the year. But the reality is more people travel at that time. People that have been working throughout the year, they want to go home for celebration. It just makes sense that there will be more accidents, especially if the roads are terrible. I mean, if you've traveled to the east especially, oh my God. One time like that, we went from Enugu to Benue to cross River State back to Enugu all by road. Ah, Jesus. We were distributing foods and reusable parts to refugees that were displaced by herdsmen. I couldn't tell my husband about the roads because he would not let me go back, okay? And the day that we were going back to Enugu, it got dark while we were driving. Oh, Jesus. Guys, I normally pray, but on that day, I prayed. Hey, Jesus. I prayed. I said, this is not, you said everything weird. Holy Spirit. You suddenly see an approaching vehicle coming in your own lane, because he is trying to avoid the big potholes in his own lane. And then you are facing each other. This is how head-on collisions happen, and it's dark, so you can't even see the side of the road to know if you have enough room to get off the road for the oncoming vehicle. And as we were driving, we were seeing accidents that had happened, vehicles that had been abandoned due to accidents, many of them head-on collisions. And I was just like, Nigerians, you are trying. You guys are really trying. Now I know why we pray so much before we get on the road in Nigeria. For the Lord. I really don't know if I can call many of the accidents in Nigeria. I don't know if I can actually call them accidents. To me, many of these roads are like disasters waiting to happen. Don't you agree? Equally to blame also, not just the road, equally to blame is the way people drive in Nigeria. I'm really sorry to say this, but the way we drive in Nigeria is crazy. It's crazy. It is crazy. And then if you're trying to drive the normal way you should drive, they look at you as if you are the one that is crazy. In 2007, when I went home, I tried to drive in Lagos. Me. And I've told you guys about the time that I was coming from Abuja. I was traveling from Abuja, and by road, we drove all day. And the Sienna bus driver was speeding so bad, despite how bad the road was. And the shocking thing to me was the fact that I was the only passenger that kept speaking up. In fact, the driver got tired of me speaking up. People were sleeping, and I couldn't believe it. I'm like, how can you sleep this is a death trap, And when we had gotten to the city, close to our destination, the man was still speeding. And then once again, I said, I did not enter this bus to die, yo. Do you guys know what the man said? He said, Jesus. Meaning, please don't be upset, but I really need to use the toilet. I need to poop. The toilet is at their garage, so that's where he was speeding. So what do you say in a situation like that when we don't have rest areas for people to use the restroom? I mean, he stopped along the way some hours earlier for us to, in a bush, for us to ease ourselves, which I knew that I wouldn't be able to do. So I did not eat anything throughout that trip, like not even water. I did not take anything from morning till evening. I think if the government of Nigeria can please fix our roads, we've been begging now for how many years? And if the drivers would also please drive better and obey traffic lights, we can actually reduce this number. We don't need to waste this many lives on our roads. Some people would see red lights, and if there's no oncoming vehicle, they will look left and right, and they will proceed. It is wrong. You're supposed to just stop until it is green. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this. You guys know I don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Please join me on Monday, the 24th of this month for a live interview with Grace Ofure, the founder of Lifecard International. And that's where we will be selecting the winner of the fully paid trip to Dubai. Guys, about 600 people submitted an entry, all of them wanting to go to Dubai. So please join us live on the 24th so you can see that there is no ojoro when we're selecting the winner. 6 p.m. Nigerian time, that's 12 p.m. New York time. Please join me and Grace Ofure on the 24th for that live interview. All right, y'all, it's been real, and I'm keeping it right up in here. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you're yet to subscribe to my channel, we were live on Monday when I had a guest. A number of people said they didn't know about it. First of all, I had announced it in the last episode of the year. Second of all, please press the subscribe button and the bell button. You will get a notification on your phone anytime that we're going live. So please don't forget to do that. All right, y'all, it's been real, and I'm keeping it right up in here. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you're yet to subscribe, press the subscribe button and the bell button. Until next time, I must see you later. Peace out.